Today's Yin Yoga session will support the Stage 9 task of connecting completely to your partner. Complete connection with your partner is a very enjoyable and very long-term activity. But today, we'll get it started. As you hold each pose in this Yin Yoga session, ask yourself about another aspect of your partner that you adore. What they do, how they think, who they are. Not job titles or salaries, not temporary things, but what are the core aspects of their being that you fell in love with. For each pose, a different aspect of your beloved. We'll begin by setting up the breath. Today we're going to try a 3-part breath, where we inhale and feel it through the head and the throat, the chest, and then the belly. So into the head, the chest, then the belly fills. Then we exhale in reverse, the belly in, chest in, and head. And then again, in through the head, chest, belly. Now squeeze in the belly, out, belly, chest, head. And we can squeeze it down to get out a little bit more. Again, inhale, head, chest, belly, and exhale, belly, chest, head. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Again. Inhale, head, chest, belly, and exhale, belly, chest, head. Again. One more. And return to breathing normally. Let's get started. From here, we'll come into a half frog. From laying flat on the floor, grab a block or a sandbag. We'll start with the left leg so that you can see what I'm doing. And bring the left leg up, resting on that sandbag. Now, if you prefer to not have a prop, you can do that too. The prop will give you a little bit more stretch in this position. So see what works for you today. Looking for a stretch in the inner thigh. An opening of the hip. Switching to the other side. Bring the legs out straight. Move your prop around to the other side if you're using one. And bring the right leg up at a 90-degree angle. Getting that stretch in the inner thigh. Finding your point of comfort. Adjusting as needed. Coming up from this one, we'll put our props aside and come back to an easy sit for just a couple of breaths. From here, we'll come into a revolved child's pose. In this child's pose, we keep our knees closer together and enter it from a table. We'll take the right arm up and through, resting on the right shoulder. Now, for support in this pose, for a yin practice, you may not feel like you need anything at all, or you might feel like you would enjoy a block or a bolster, maybe more like a bolster, a pillow, or a sandbag under the shoulder if the pressure on that point is uncomfortable. So find your revolved child's pose. Switching sides. Push up slowly. Back to table. Take the left arm up and through to resting on the left shoulder. Right forearm is on the ground to support. If this is hard on the knees, you can fold up your mat, fold it over a couple of times to provide a nice cushion for the knees. Pushing up slowly. Coming back to an easy sit for just a couple of breaths. From here, we'll move into a bound angle. Soles of the feet together. They can be close in with blocks under the knees, or they can be further away from you, also with blocks under the knees. We are going to be folding forward, so gather your props for that and find your most comfortable bound angle, and that could be different each day. You can use a combination of blocks to support you, and remember to change up the height of your blocks as you deepen the stretch over the course of holding the pose. Come up slowly. Move your props, and we'll come back to an easy sit for a couple of breaths. From here, we will turn to the side of the mat, using the length of it. Tuck in the left leg. Now, for this pose, you might want a strap, or you might want a resistance band or a TheraBand around the foot, or you may prefer to support with blocks or bolsters on the thigh. Find your most comfortable use of props for this pose, as we will be holding each side for 2.5 minutes. Reach forward with the heart over the toes and breathe. Adjust your props as needed. We'll come up and take this on the other side. Right foot is tucked in. Left leg is long. Grab your props or your strap. Reaching forward with the heart over the toes. And breathe. Noticing the differences between the right side and the left side. Just noticing. If this is too much on the lower back, you can try sitting on a block for this. Or, of course, you're always welcome to choose a different pose that feels right today. Releasing your strap or your props, coming up slowly, letting your props away, and returning to check back in with an easy sit for a couple of breaths. From here, let's head down to the ground, swing yourself around, and come down, lying flat, legs are long, shoulders tucked under, and arms at the sides. From here, we'll take the legs up. You can use a strap to support this, or you can use a block under the hips. Play around with a couple of different configurations and see what is most enjoyable. If you have a strap, kind of like this one, you can put your arms through it. Or you can use the wall. Put your legs up at the wall to support yourself. And breathe. Bringing the feet down, releasing your straps, or coming away from the wall if you were using the wall, coming back down, lying flat, checking in with ourselves for a couple of breaths. From here, we'll bring both knees up, grab the toes for happy baby. Maybe bring the feet high. Maybe rock a little and breathe. And release. Slowly bringing the legs back down, lying flat. Checking in for a couple of breaths. Coming into Shavasana. Shoulder blades tucked under. You might like a pillow or a bolster under the knees for comfort, or under the head, or nothing at all. Legs can fall to the sides a little bit. Hands can be at your sides or resting on the belly. This is your time to integrate your practice. What you noticed today, what came up for you today. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Remove any props or pillows. Maybe roll the wrists and the ankles. Start to move the arms and the legs. Maybe take the arms up for a stretch. And roll over to one side for a rest. Just a moment while you get your bearings. Extend the top leg out and push up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. The love and the light and the teacher in me honors that in you. Namaste.